The time has finally arrived. 6 races, 5 teams, only one at the end of those 6 races will be crowned the 2019 Formula Europe champion. And everything starts from Hungary. Everything starts from the Hungaroring. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the first of the 6 finals races of the 2019 Formula Europe Championship. Here is Luca Flaminio, and alongside me on commentary tonight, please welcome with me Benjamin Cole.
Thank you, Luca. Good evening, everyone, and I'm happy to be here alongside you tonight.
And I'm happy too, as you. Of course, what you are seeing now, the footage, the image you can watch from the tracks are all deserved to our broadcast director tonight, Alessandro Pietracatella.
Good evening, everybody.
Of course, we have also someone who is supporting the live broadcast tonight, and this man tonight is Lorenzo Tamorri.
Hi everybody, happy to be here.
Good evening will be a glad for the ones who watch it at home. Anyway, don't mind. So, 15 minutes to go, and as you can see, it's raining here in Hungaroring, and it looks like all of the drivers are now out on intermediate tires. That is the best choice for the moment. F1MD Tonics was the first one to came out, and he sets a 30.0 in the first sector compared to the 30.2 of Sinestra, who is slower of a couple of tenths in that sector. 30.1 for Lewis 44, while Tonics sets 31.8 in the second sector. He's on the last corner, and he's about to set the first time of this qualifying session, the first time of these finals, and it's a 1:27.392. That is the time to beat, and we will see what's gonna happen. Already 2 invalidated laps for Sinestra and for just taking a look at the timetable. Magic have still invalidated his lap, so I'm also taking a look to the other drivers. They are much slower than Tonics in the second sector. Sinestra 1:28.3 is up into second place, but he is almost 1 second from Tonics. Matouf 29.9, and Dummy in second place 1:27.8. So actually we have a provisional F1MD12 on the grid, while Salvatore Aloy is up into fourth with 1:29.0. Tommy 29.3 in the fifth place. Della Rosa coming down the finish line, and he's up into third with 1:28.2. We also have Just Lawler, Lewis Smokeman. They are all about to complete their first lap of the session. The first one of these should be Just Lawler, who is on the last corner at the moment with his Renault. 30.1 in the first sector, 32.3 in the second sector, and he's up into second place, slightly less than 0.3 of a second from Tonics. But Lewis is now up into second place, just a couple of cents of a second faster than Just Lawler, but Tonics improves, and he's down the minutes 27 right now with 1:26.731. So how about all the improvements that we are seeing now, Benjamin?
Well, I'm really impressed by the pace of Tonics at the moment. He was already the fastest time even after his first lap, and still I guess he will be on point tonight because he's really, really fast at the moment, and it's my favorite.
29.9 for Smokeman in sector 1, just a couple of 10 from Tonics. 32.4 in sector 2. He's up a second from the actual poleman, and we will see which time he's gonna get. It's a 1:27.5, but it's enough to put him up into second place, but he's immediately overtook by Della Rosa. 1:27.5 is up into second place. Just taking a look to Lewis 44, if he's improving. He was not improving in the first sector, and not even in the second sector. Just Lawler in second. Second place, 1:27.4. but there are 7/10 of a second between Tonix in first and Just Lawler in second at the moment. It looks like Tonix is doing a completely different job compared to all the other drivers at the moment, but we have enough time from here till the end of the session. Still 11 and a half minutes to go, Benjamin.
And compared to the other qualifying session, Tonix is really pitting. He's pitting after his first lap, while in the other qualifying session disputed in the rain, he was doing 3 or 4 laps. So.
Oh. Smokeman sets the new record in Sector 2, while Domi up into second place, up a second from his teammate, but Smokeman is improving a lot. He is just 2.5 of a second from Tonix, and he is now coming down the finish line. Let's see what's he gonna get. It's a 1:27.0. 0.289 from Tonix, and Smokeman is in second place. Then we have Domi De La Rosa, while Lewis Magic down on the finish line right now. He's improved his previous time of 0.6 of a second, but he's still 1.1 from the pole position. He's in 7th place at the moment. So talking about the teams, the defending champions, F1 MD, they have Tonix in first, Lewis 44, who is now crossing the finish line, but still not able to improve. He is slower than before. So talking about the teams, so Tonix is in pole position for F1 MD. Then they have Lewis 44 in 6th place and Domi in 3rd place at the moment. Then TF1 with De La Rosa in 4th place and Sutil in 14th place. We also have to remember that Territory F1, unfortunately, they don't have a driver tonight because Albon was not able to race, and even their substitute in charge, Hamilton, is not at home tonight, so it's impossible to race. Then for Formula Italian team, Smokeman in 2nd place, Just Lawler in 5th, and Magic 89 in 7th. Formula Nation, they have Sinestra in 8th place, Real Fedele in 9th place, and Salvatore Aloy in 11th place. Just Lawler on 2nd sector, half a second faster than before, so it looks like he can even be faster than his teammate Smokeman. Let's see what's going to happen in the 3rd sector for Just Lawler, while De La Rosa was not able to improve himself, just slightly slower than himself, 1/10 of a second on the finish line. Just Lawler crossing the finish line and is in 3rd place, 3/10 of a second from Tonix. So we have Tonix in the 1st place, followed by 2 Formula Italian teams drivers, Smokeman in 2nd place and Just Lawler in 3rd place. Then Domi De La Rosa, Lewis 44, Magic 89. Just taking a look at De La Rosa, and he sets a slightly improvement in 1st sector, 0.6 of a second faster than before with 29.9. Tonix sets the new personal record and new record in sector 1 with 29.6, almost 1/10 of a second faster than before. And we'll see what's going to happen while De La Rosa is 1/10 of a second faster than himself in Sector 1. So he may be able to go up into 3rd place, but he decided to return to the pits. So Tonix now, 2nd sector, 31.6, 3/10 of a second faster than before. He may go for a low 1:26. We'll see what's gonna happen. Just the last corner for F1 MD Tonix. 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go. 26.7 the time to beat, and it's a 26.3. 0.6 of a second faster than Smokeman. And that's a great lap for F1 MD Tonix, who is also the AOR champion in charge on PC. Just taking a look at the others, Smokeman and Domi are returning on track. Even Sinestra is on track, F1 Simutomi too. All the others are still in the pit at the moment. Let's see if Tonix will try to improve himself. He is still very fast in the 1st sector, but not able to improve, just slightly less than 1/10 of a second slower than before. while Sinestra is just on the last corner. And he is beginning his lap right now. Oh, Real Fedele! He lost the connection with the session. So that means that there's a high probability that the lobby will be recreated at the end of the session, while there's some traffic for Tonix of Mercedes, who was out of the track in the penultimate corner. Maybe he lost a little bit of time. Crossing the finish line right now, 26.3, the time he said before, and he's just 1,000th of a second slower than his previous lap. Smokeman taking a look at the others. Sinestra in the first sector, not able to improve himself. Tommy is just on the same time he was before. Smokeman, first sector, 29.6 the time to beat, 29.9. He sets his personal best in the first sector, but he is already 2.5 of a second from Tonix in that sector. Dummy, first sector for the Mercedes, and they also get a 29.9. So we'll see what's gonna happen. The challenge now is between Smokeman and Dummy. While there's a Ferrari going slow at the chicane, maybe it's the one of Tonix. Smokeman on the second sector right now, and maybe he made a mistake. Very high, 32.9 there.
Sinestra is
Oh! Sinestra is out, but he didn't damage the car that much, so he will be able to return to the pit. Smokeman on the finish line, but it's not a very good lap for him. While in the meantime, Domi is improving on 1/10 of a second in the second sector, while TF1 Hamilton is in. So that means that Domi is up into fourth now, ahead of De La Rosa. Hamilton is in, so that means that now the TF1 drivers will race with 3 drivers. But that means that the lobby will be recreated for sure at the end of the session. 4.5 minutes to go. Smokeman going for another one. 29.9 for both Lewis 44 and Magic in the first sector, while Smokeman is improving of almost 2/10 of a second, setting a 29.8 in the first sector, but he is still 1.5 of a second from Tonix. 30.0 for Just Lawler, who is not improving. 2/10 of a second slower than himself, than his personal best in the first sector. An improvement is also coming from Lewis 44. He's on the finish line, and he's up into second place. He's up into second place, but Smokeman on the second sector, and he's not improving. Slightly less than a 1/10 of a second slower than himself in sector 2, with 3.5 minutes to go. Smokeman on the last corner right now, while Magic is on his first lap. And Smokeman does not improve. Smokeman does not improve. Just Lawler is not improving. So at the moment, with 3 minutes to go, we have an F1MD 1-2. Taking also a look at Magic, he is improving of 3/10 of a second. 3/10 of a second faster Magic of himself in sector 2. He was almost on the same page of Tonix. Tonix sets a 31.6 in sector 2, Magic 31.7. Going wide Magic, choosing a different line, and Magic is up into third, 6.5 of a second from Tonix, and he is ahead of his 2 teammates, Smokeman and Just Lawler. Smokeman, let's see if he's trying to improve, while also Lewis is improving. And he managed to improve. Yes, it is. Now he's improved at all 1/10 of a second. Smokeman, what?
Slight mistake, I think.
Just Lawler made another mistakes, But now there are only 2 minutes to go. There's not going to be enough time to return to the pit. Smokeman on the last corner. He was almost 0.2 of a second faster than before, and he's up into third place, but didn't manage to overtake Lewis 44. So still an F1MD 1-2 at the moment. Della Rosa with 0.2 of a second from Tonix up into second place. 1 minute 40 seconds to go, and the tension here is amazing. Sinestra trying to improve. 0.2 of a second faster in this lap, but he is still into 10th place, while Real Fedele is coming down the finish line right now. And he improved a 0.4 of a second, pulling himself up into 9th place. Tonix is on track.
And De La Rosa is improving nearly 0.2 of the second in the first sector.
Oh, he's on the same pace of Tonix right now, and Tonix was not improving in first sector, and he's not improving in sector 2. He is just slightly slower than before, so it looks like maybe De La Rosa can also try to attack the pole position of Tonix. Just taking a look at the last sector of Tonix. Maybe he decided to go for one more. He is lowered down in the last sector, so he does not improve. De La Rosa, half of a tenth faster than before, but that is not enough to contest the pole position of Tonix. Magic, 0.3 of a second faster than before in sector 1. De La Rosa improves himself 0.2 from Tonix, but still in P2. Just Lawler is improving, and he's up into third place, 0.3 of a second from Tonix. Also, Dami is improving. He's 0.1 of a second faster. Last lap is up into 7th place. While we're taking a look at Magic, slightly faster than how he was before in sector 2, but still a couple of times to improve. Maybe he can try to attack the 4th place of Lewis 44. Let's see what's going to happen. Last corner for Magic coming out right now. 1:26, and he's in 3rd place, just behind De La Rosa. Let's see Domi. Sector 2 for the Mercedes.
De La Rosa stopped his effort.
So he's not gonna.
So
Tonix now is improving on a couple of tenths of a second. Maybe can he go under the 26? No, just for a bit. 1:26.050, and he's still on pole with half a second on De La Rosa. Just Lawler in 4th place, but he is not improving. Let's see if Sinestra is improving. He's 0.3 of a second faster in sector 2. Can he maybe try to overtake Matouf and pulling himself up in to P10? He does also something better. He goes up into P9, 1.3 from pole position, and he goes under the checkered flag. So that means that the session for him is over. There is still De La Rosa, but now the session is over because no one will have the opportunity to improve his time. Benjamin, what a qualifying session. How about that?
Oh, it was quite a disputed session, notably for the second place, because I think Tonix was on the class of his own, but De La Rosa, Magic, Lewis, and Just Lawler really show us a really great fight for the second place, and it was a quite good qualifying session.
And we'll see what's gonna happen. As you can see now, these are the final standing of this qualifying session. So we're gonna have Tonix and De La Rosa starting from the front row, then Magic 89 and Just Lawler in second row, followed by the other F1MD drivers with Tommy in 5th and Lewis 44 in 6th, Smokeman in 7th place, then Salvatore Alloy in 8th place, in S9, Real Fedele in 10th, then Matouf, Sutil, and Toxic, Tommy, and of course we we know that Hamilton was able to join the lobby, but he will start from the bottom of the grid. So we're just gonna take a little break. We're gonna recreate the lobby, but we will be back as soon as we can for the race. Just stay there to don't miss any action of race 1 of the 2019 Formula Europe Championship Finals. We'll be back soon. Stay there. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, but unfortunately, we got a couple of issues here. And now we're finally ready for the 35 laps of the Hungarian Grand Prix, the first race of the 6 that will decide in the next 3 weeks the winner of the 2019 Formula Europe Championship. And as you can see, drivers are on the formation lap. So here's the starting grid with Tonix on pole, followed by Della Rosa in second place. Then 2 Formula Italian team drivers with Magic 89 in third and Just Lawler in fourth place. Another 2 Formula Motorsport drivers in fifth and sixth, with Domi ahead of Lewis 44. In fourth row, Smokeman for Formula Italian team, accompanied by Salvatore Aloi of Formula Nation. Then Sinestra for Formula Nation in 9th place. Matuf F1 Simu 10th place. Territorio F1 Sutil 11th place. Next to him we have F1 Simu Antoxic in 13th place, F1 Simu Tommy, and on the bottom of the grid Real Fedele in 14th place for Formula Nation, and TF1 Hamilton in 15th place for TF1. So Benjamin, if you could predict someone to win this race, who would you pick?
Tonix, definitely.
Tonix. Looks like you have no doubt. And I gotta tell you, then I would pick Tonix too. But cars are ready. Here are the red lights with 3, 4, 5 lights. And we are ready to rock and roll in Hungary. And it's lights out in Hungary with Tonix trying to defend himself from Della Rosa. Tonix maintaining the lead with Magic in third, and all the rest of the group behind. When all the drivers have to be very careful there, and there's a contact between Fedele and Sinestra, but it looks like nothing happened. So Tonix maintaining the lead ahead of Della Rosa, and then we have Della Rosa, Magic just under, Lewis 44.
Wow, Donny goes outside of the track and was forced by I think.
Maybe was forced by Smokeman. That means the now Lewis 44 is up in the 5th place, and all the group is going into the first lap, and looks like nothing happened. Talking about the strategy, all the drivers are on soft tires. We have only 5 drivers on medium tires, and those drivers are Smokeman, TF1 Sutil, F1 Simu Antoxic, TF1 Hamilton, and F1 Simu Tommy. So end of first lap with Tonix maintaining the lead. Then all the rest of the group, Della Rosa, Magic, Just Lawler, Lewis 44, Domi, Smokeman, Aloi, Sinestra. They are all very close, but the race is very long. End of lap number 1. Of course, so it's Tonix sets the new fastest lap of the race, but it's only lap number 1. We're gonna check the pace of the drivers from here to the end of the race.
Attention, Real Fedele is really
Close to
for
us.
an overtake.
And Real Fedele managed to trying to overtake TF1 Sotilo.
Maybe they nearly touch.
They're very close. They're very close there.
On the outside.
Oh, that's a great maneuver by Fedele on the outside, but it looks like the medium tires are not working properly now. Maybe they still have to find the right range of temperature for the medium tires. Tonix still in the lead, ahead of Della Rosa. There are 7/10 of a second between them, and we will see which they will be their pace at the moment. Just Lawler is in 4th place, and then looks like all the drivers right now are very close to each other, and if they have to be very careful, because if Smokeman don't lose that much time, it will be very dangerous for the second half of the race with the soft tires. Tonix sets the new fastest lap, but Della Rosa goes slightly faster than him with 118.9. So Della Rosa, it's still on the back of Tonix, and now, of course, end of lap number 2, and the race direction told us that DRS is now available for everyone. And now there There is a little bit of margin between De La Rosa and Magic, 1.2 between them, 1.3 between Magic and Just Lawler, and then behind the red, they are all very close with Lewis Dummy and Smokeman, all behind Just Lawler at the moment.
It's really interesting to see how for long Smokeman can still be with this group, because as you said before, of the second part of the race, when he will be on the soft tires. And for now, he seems to be on the same pace as them, and maybe a bit quicker. I don't know. I'm not sure. But we'll see that.
Yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen in a 100% distance race. Having a softer compound at the end of the race could be very, very good. But we will see what's gonna happen. End of lap number 3, and Tonix is still trying to gain and sets the new fastest lap of the race. 1:18.964. Now De La Rosa, 7/10 of a second. Then there is Magic, who is losing, who have lost 3.5 of a second in this lap. He is now 1.6 from De La Rosa. Then there is Just Lawler, then Lewis, then Dummy, and then the Smokeman, who is right in the back of the two Mercedes of the F1 MD drivers at the moment.
Toxic on Sutil.
And Toxic on Sutil on the outside, and now Untoxic very close, but didn't manage to get through this time. He is in the sandwich between both TF1 drivers, Sutil and Hamilton. They are fighting for P12, P13, and P14.
And there is a lot of group, and nobody really. Well, there is, as I said, many groups apart from Magic, who is really alone, and Tommy also. There are small groups everywhere.
Yes, the first group is formed by two F1 MD drivers and two Formula Italian team drivers, with Just Lawler in 4th, Lewis 44 in 5th, Domi in 6th, and Smokeman in 7th. And Smokeman, of course, is on medium tires at the moment. Tonix still managing the gap, but they are still there. 7/10 of a second separating Tonix and De La Rosa on the lead of the race. Another 3.5 of a second loss by Magic, while Lewis goes on the outside of Just Lawler at turn 1. And Tommy is going in with medium tires. I'm British. Part of the front wing. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a yellow flag in sector 1. Didn't know what happened, but now the yellow flag vanished.
Oh,
of course,
Hamilton overtook Untoxic. Maybe there was a contact.
Yeah, maybe something happened between them.
I think Untoxic also lost a part of his front wing.
And that is a big problem for F1 Simu, because both Untoxic and Tommy were on medium tires since the start of the race. That is a problem for them and for their strategy.
And I think they only got one set of
medium tires, you believe? 19.1 for Tonix, 19.3 for De La Rosa, 20.0 for Just Lawler, 19.8 for Magic. This time Lewis 44 trying on the inside on Just Lawler, but still didn't manage to get through.
And maybe what Matuf will have an opportunity against Sinestra. Well, no, not this time.
Not this time. He got the opportunity to open the DRS, but he's still behind while Untoxic is returning to the pit. There is a new set of soft tires for him, and of course a new front wing. Oh, such a disaster for F1 Simo, with both Untoxic and Tommy forced in 2 laps to return to the pit with both their front wing got damaged. And Tonix and De La Rosa are really going on a incredible pace. They have a 2.1 second on Magic, but it looks like Tonix, he is not able at the moment to manage to get De La Rosa out of the DRS zone.
Well, they are both on a class of their own, and the strategy will be important, because the undercut will for sure work tonight in Hungary. So the one who will pit first will have a huge gap ahead and will be the deciding
Oh,
moment.
Justin Lawler again defending on the inside, this time on Lewis 44. And Lewis again trying on the outside at turn 1, trying again on the outside at turn 2. Oh, Hamilton, maybe something happened because he received a 5-second stop and go penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
And he is also changing his front wing.
Oh, Tonix 19.4, De La Rosa 19.2, Magic 19.6.
Nearly hit Just Lawler.
They are very close, and of course, Just Lawler is giving everything that they have to impeding Lewis to overtake him. And of course, this strategy is helping both of his teammates because first of all, this strategy is helping Smokeman to stay with the group, and of course he is also helping Magic to gain time because now between Just Lawler and his teammate Magic there are almost 4 seconds.
And seems that Lewis is quite far behind this time, maybe on the second zone.
We'll see, maybe maybe we'll have the opportunity to try something at turn 2. Looks like it's not closer enough, and yes it is. So he still have to stay behind the Renault. Well, this group is really on fire at the moment because Lewis is trying to finding a way through Just Lawler. But Magic is almost gaining half a second per lap on them.
And Salvatore Allo is also closing on this group, so Just Lawler is really slow.
Yeah, looks like he don't tap the pace of the others, and we will see if Lewis will be able to try again to overtake him at the end of this lap. We are on lap number 8. Tonix and De La Rosa still on the lead of the race, separated by 0.6 of a second. Let's see the pace of them at the end of this one. 19.2 for Tonix, 19.1 for De La Rosa, 19.3 for Magic,
and Lewis
20.0 for Just Lawler.
Look at Lewis.
Very close, but Just Lawler again on the center of the track. But Lewis managed to get through on the inside. They were very close to each other. And now, of course, also Domi is... yes, Domi on the inside, and they touch, and they spin, and the Smokeman managed to get through. I do believe that maybe Domi touched Just Lawler. I think there was enough space for 2 cars there.
No, there wasn't. Oh,
you think so?
An ambitious move, I think, from Domi, and that didn't pay off, sadly.
Unfortunately, yes, Domi was surely trying to find a way through because he was losing a lot of time, and he knows that he don't want to miss the tail of his teammate.
But sure, they both have no damage.
We'll see what happened at the end of this lap. If one, of course, I do believe that if there is someone of these 2 drivers who have damage, maybe it is most probably that Domi have damage, judging by the kind of incident they had.
But this seems to be a really
De La Rosa, now De La Rosa was a little bit closer to Tonix, but still didn't manage to get through. Just a fake on the Ferrari, half a second between them.
On the inside of Salvatore Alloy.
On the inside of Salvatore Alloy, there is a space between them, and it looks like Domi managed to get through. And now again, he has the shape of the Renault of Just Lawler right in front of his nose.
So it's time for the part 2.
And now the curiosity is to take a look at which kind of pace Smokeman will have with the free air ahead of him. He went just a little bit wide at the exit of turn 5, while we are on lap number 10 out of 35. And it looks like the soft tires are still working very well at the moment because both Tonix and De La Rosa are still maintaining a very good pace on the low low 19. While at the moment, with those standings, Formula Motorsport driver would be leading the group with 46 points, 12 points more than Formula Italian teams, 46 for F1MD, 34 for Formula Italian team. They were the two teams who were competing for the championship 1 year ago, and it looks like maybe this can happen again, but it looks like the F1 de la Rosa. Domi on Justin Lawler, goes on the outside because Justin Lawler is defending on the inside. Maybe with the switchback move, Domi will be able to attack again Justin Lawler, who is defending again on the inside. De La Rosa, 3-second time penalty. And that is a very hard shot to De La Rosa. While Justin Lawler again managed to defend his position on Domi. And now it's much clearer the difference between the soft tires and the medium tires, because Lewis 44 have gained just a couple of seconds on the Smokeman. And I'm pretty curious to see which kind of pace Lewis will have now that he don't have traffic ahead of him. Dom is very close to Justin Lawler, very, very close.
Well, I think Lewis is still a bit slower than Magic, but not that much. I believe a couple of tenths.
19.2 for Tonix, 9.
And
Just Lawler in the box. Yes.
Just Lawler is fitting. Smokeman sets his new personal best. And Matouf's. Let's see if they're gonna change something. There is a sets of medium tire for Justin Lawler, same is for Matouf. So it looks like Justin Lawler, that is a strategy, because they didn't change the front wing even on Matouf, so it was just strategy. I was looking at the paces. Tonix 19.2, De La Rosa 19.3, Magic 19.6, Lewis 19.4, Smokeman 19.4 with the medium tires.
Oh. So that's it. The medium are faster.
Yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. Now it looks like maybe the soft tires are starting to struggle a little bit more, because Tonix is almost a second slower. So he's maybe gonna go on a mid-19 at the end of this lap. We'll see what's gonna happen. While De La Rosa, it's still there, but he have a 3-second time penalty. So Tonix now 19.4 for both Tonix and De La Rosa, with De La Rosa opening the DRS and even trying to using all the slipstream of Tonix. 19.5 for Lewis, 119.2 for Smokeman. Again, he improved his personal best. He is very, very fast at the moment. He was the fastest driver on track with this 19.2. Hamilton, 3 seconds.
At the moment, Sinestra and
Sinestra and yes. Medium tires for Sinestra and for Real Fedele too. So they are covering the strategy of Matouf and Just Lawler, who will stop just one lap before them. And Just Lawler is just ahead Sinestra.
And Fedele has overtaken Matouf in the pits.
Yeah, and Matouf is trying on the outside at turn 2.
Right.
Maybe he's gonna try with a switchback move. We have surely much more warm tires on the outside. Oh, here it's almost impossible, but was very close. And again, Real Fedele is struggling with the tires. Oof.
Well,
that was very hard there, but unfortunately, there was not enough space for Matouf to get through Fedele. And so Fedele is still on P11 at the moment. Tonix, De La Rosa is getting closer right now. Just 0.3 of a second between them, while Magic is 4.5 seconds from De La Rosa. And Smokeman again, this lap was 3.5 seconds faster than Lewis, and now there is just a second. And now the medium tires are starting to work out. So now the standing says that FMD 47, Italian team 37. Lap 14, out of 35. Just Lawler on Salvatore Aloi, who have just pitted to go on a brand new set of medium tires. And now Just Lawler is up into P8. So Tonix, De La Rosa, Magic, Lewis, Smokeman, Dummy, Sutil, these are the only drivers that still have to make their pit stop. And now Smokeman is almost in the DRS zone of Lewis 44. 9th of a second between them. While Tonix and De La Rosa are closing lap number 14. With Tonix 19.4, De La Rosa 19.6. Magic 19.7, and Lewis is back in the pits. Lewis is back in the pits, while again 19.2 for Smokeman. Now it will be crucial to see which kind of pace the drivers with the new sets of medium tires are going to have. That will be very important, and I'm pretty sure that the pace that Lewis 44 will set will be a reference for all the others.
Oh.
And he's right behind Sutil.
Oh, he will lose.
Yes. Yes. He's gonna lose some time because Sutil is on medium tires. He's on the same strategy of Smokeman. That's not gonna be easy. We'll see what's gonna happen.
And it's a really difficult track to overtake, so he could
Yeah.
lose a couple of laps behind Sutil, maybe. Or maybe more.
We'll see what's gonna happen. It's not even that close at the moment. There are 9/10 of a second between Lewis and Sutil. Now 1.1. So maybe Lewis have to wait for his medium tires to go on the
Magic
right
is in the
operation
pits.
window. Magic is in the pits. So he's covering the strategy of Lewis 44.
And look at De La Rosa just behind
De La
Tonix.
Rosa is right behind Tonix. He was very close again. Benjamin, I'm pretty sure that De La Rosa have to try something because he know he have a 3-second time penalty, and at the moment he have to try to gain those 3 seconds on track on Tonix, or he would be behind him anyway.
But I think
While Dami is behind Lewis, Magic is in 4th place, just ahead of Sutil and Lewis. 4.5 seconds between Magic and Sutil.
still Lewis is really losing time because he has close on Sutil, but now we will have to overtake.
It's very close, but it's impossible there. If Sutil does not make any mistake, maybe the next attempt for Lewis 44 will be on the main straight. And Tonix is returning into the pits, and De La Rosa is maybe trying something different, maybe trying an overcut on Tonix.
It will be difficult, I think. Maybe if Tonix just... Oh, he's behind Smokeman, so...
He's behind Smokeman, but he's not that close, so he's not gonna lose any time. Pretty sure that Magic 89 will not be able to reach Tonic, who is leaving the pit lane right now. Is in 3rd place, and he have 19.1 seconds from De La Rosa. And now De La Rosa trying to give everything. Lewis on Sutil, and he managed to get through this time. So now Sutil is behind Lewis, who is up into P5.
And Just Lawler is now just behind Donny again. Again, for the first time.
He's behind Tommy. He's behind Tommy, yeah.
And he seems to be quite faster at the moment, but...
Oh, be careful. Oh, Sutil 3 seconds. Be careful because De La Rosa is going very, very fast on this lap. He maybe will have the opportunity because there are 20.3 seconds between De La Rosa and Tonic. So maybe De La Rosa can have the opportunity to return on track as the race leader. He is returning to the pit lane right now. Of course, medium tires for him.
It will be close.
Tonix, it will be very close. Tonix is out of the last corner right now.
Right, and De La Rosa is out of the
De
pit
La
here.
Rosa is in front,
He's ahead.
maybe. He's ahead of him.
Oh,
He's ahead of him, but be careful. Be careful, because now Tonic will try to take advantage. He has much warmer tires. He's very close with De La Rosa trying to defend this position. On the inside goes Tonic at turn 2, but Tonic's managed to get through. And that's a brilliant move by F1MD Tonic to get through ahead of De La Rosa. But also De La Rosa made an incredible in-lap. Unbelievable. He was very, very fast.
Yes, but sadly, it lacked 1 or 2 tenths for the second to still be ahead, and now Tonix is really pushing hard with his warm tires, unlike De La Rosa, who still have to put some temperature on his tires. And yes.
Tonix is 10 seconds from Smokeman, who is lapping on the pace of a constant 19.2, 19.3. Let's see the end of this one. Again, 19.2. These medium tires are very, very constant on the race pace. Tonix 1:18.4 sets the new fastest lap of the race, and he gained 8/10 of a second on Smokeman. 9.8 between them right now.
And don't forget, he does it while overtaking De La Rosa.
Yeah. So we'll see at the end of this lap if Tonix will have even some tenth of a second to improve. Let's see. No, in the first sector, he's not improving.
Oh.
He's almost 1/10 of a second slower than before. So maybe the slipstream and the DRS have helped Tonix to gain what he lost trying to overtake De La Rosa. Maybe.
Well, maybe. And Domi has put a gap between him and Just Lola.
2.2 now.
Just Lola, who is now under pressure of Salvatore Alon, with just 1 second behind.
Yeah.
9/10 seconds, so he will be in the DRS zone, I think.
Yeah, and of course, Salvatore Alon is in the DRS zone, and they have much fresher tires. Again, Smokeman 19.2. He's beating the clock right now. Tonix 1:18.4 again. So again, almost 8/10 of a second faster than Smokeman. There are now 9 seconds between Smokeman and Tonix, and still 15 laps to go. We are on lap number 20 out of 35. And Sutil is returning to the pits, so after 18 laps,
He will be just ahead of Tony, I think.
we'll see what's going to happen. Of course, Sinestra gets through, same as Fedele Matouf. Tommy is now exiting the last corner.
Well, and
Wow,
also
so-
don't forget that Tommy will have to pit again.
Yeah, sure. He's just ahead of Tommy, yes. Just ahead of Tommy, but let's see if maybe Tommy will try to get advantage of his tires at the moment, but he's not that close. So still Smokeman, and Smokeman is returning to the pit. So he's gonna go on a new set of soft tires, and he will be very, very close with Lewis. Surely ahead of Domi, but very close with Lewis.
I think he will be behind, just behind.
Just
Lewis,
behind, yeah.
Well, I believe it like 1 or 2 seconds to be ahead of Lewis.
Oh, Lewis is coming, so it looks like he's gonna be ahead. Oh, they're very close, they're very close.
But Lewis has the pace and the...
Maybe Lewis will have the opportunity to attack Smokeman, but Smokeman got a brilliant exit out of turn 1, and it looks like he's gonna stay ahead of Lewis 44, and that's brilliant for the strategy of the Renault Formula Italian team drivers.
I know we maybe have the opportunity to catch Magic also, but yeah.
Yeah, sure. 14 laps on these tires. Also, pretty sure that Magic will maybe also let Smokeman get through when he's going to be behind him, if he's going to be behind him, because actually the gap between Magic and Smokeman is not that little. There are almost 12 seconds between them.
Between who and who?
Between Magic and Smokeman, if I'm not wrong.
Second, yes.
No, sorry. I am wrong. 3 seconds. Tonix sets new fastest lap, just 1/1000th of a second faster than the one he said before. 1:18.444 on lap 20, 1:18.443 on lap 21.
And so there is a 1.7 second gap between Tonix and De La Rosa. So I guess De La Rosa has missed his opportunity to be on the lead lap.
Yeah. But now, but it also looks like on the medium tires, Tonix have something more compared to De La Rosa. Now De La Rosa is struggling a little bit more than the first stint on soft tires now.
And now Tommy and Hamilton. They will put softer tires for sure.
Yeah, of course. Tonix is improving in sector 2. Maybe going for an 18.3 at the end of this lap, while Smokeman have already gained almost 2 seconds on Lewis, and he also gained 1.5 seconds on Magic. So there are now 1.8. Tonix 1:18.4, 18.6 for De La Rosa.
And I think Smokeman is lapping on the same lap times of.
Ooh, look at this one! 17.5. He is almost 1 second faster than Tonix and 1.1 faster than De La Rosa. There was a yellow flag. Did you see anything, Benjamin?
Yes, that was Hamilton who let Tonix and De La Rosa by because of the blue
Okay.
flag.
Still approximately 1.6 seconds between Tonix and De La Rosa. We're here on lap number 23 out of 35 here at the Hungaroring. If you have joined us just right now, this is race 1 of the 2019 Formula Europe Championship Finals here at the Hungaroring. 5 teams competing for the throne. And of course, we have on track the defending champion team, Formula Motorsport drivers. So now, tonight they are competing with Tonix, Lewis 44 and Dummy, while Tommy overtook Tank Toxic, who also pitted for a new set of soft tires.
And don't forget that
Smokeman is right there with Magic.
And Smokeman is really fast at the moment, and De La Rosa has 3 seconds, so maybe he could catch De La Rosa before the end of the race.
Smokeman on the inside of Magic, and of course he got through, so he's now up into 3rd place, and he's 8.5 seconds from De La Rosa. And considering the 3 second time penalty that De La Rosa have, it's just like now he's 5.5 seconds from the 2nd place, while Salvatore Aloi is fighting with Justin Lawler. They are very close to each other, with Justin Lawler trying to defend in the outside. Oh, they very close there. Again, Justin Lawler on the inside at turn 3. Ooh. Very nice, this one between Justin Lawler and Salvatore Aloi, fighting for P7 and P8. But they also have to be careful because Sinestra is not that far, just a couple of seconds behind them.
And Matouf seems to be stuck behind Real Fedele, or Real Fidel, I don't know who it's
Real
pronounced.
Fedele.
Real Fedele.
Yeah.
And he's stuck behind him, yes, since 10 laps, and he just can't find an opportunity to overtake him. And look at Smokeman, he's still lapping very fast. He's
18-0.
1 second from De La Rosa in the last lap.
Yeah.
So that's huge.
We'll see what's gonna happen. Tonix is really constant on his lap time. He's always on a 1:18.4.
Aloi.
Aloi on the inside of
Aloi, just Lawler
again.
Looking for a switchback move is just Lawler. Let's see if he can make it. But now
On the
Salvatore Aloi got the
outside.
inside at turn 2. And Salvatore Aloy got through. So he's now up into P7 ahead of Justin Lawler, who's now down to P8. So now the standing says that Formula Motorsport drivers got 46 points compared to the 38 points of Formula Italian team, 25 for TF1, 25 of Formula Nation, and 10 points for F1 Simu.
Sadly.
Unfortunately, the double front wing damage of both Tommy and Antoxic really compromised the race of the Simu drivers, while Tonic's Smokeman now in this lap still 118.0, but he didn't gain that much on De La Rosa, just 4/10 of a second in this lap. There are 7.7 now between De La Rosa and Smokeman.
More like 4 and 6 after the penalty, I mean.
Yeah, of course. Considering the 3-second time penalty that De La Rosa have, there are 4.4 seconds at the moment between Smokeman and De La Rosa. So 4.4 seconds between Smokeman and second place. He may have the opportunity to gain 3 more points for his team if he reach P2, but we'll see what's going to happen. Just 9 laps to go. We are on lap 26 out of 35, and Tonics now have reached almost 2.5 seconds on De La Rosa, and he is now closing lap number 26. 118.3 for him, 118.7 for De La Rosa, and maybe it's gonna be a high 17 for Smokeman. Oh. Yes, it is 117.8. He gained 1 second on De La Rosa.
That's huge.
That's huge, but time and laps and kilometers are running. 8 to go before the checkered flag.
And watch out for just the...
Oh! That is maybe the bottom line for De La Rosa, and even his teammate Hamilton also got a 3-second time penalty. So now it means now that De La Rosa have only 2/10 on Smokeman, and I do believe that those 2/10 are gonna vanish quickly.
Yes, definitely. Well, I don't think Magic will have an opportunity to be ahead. Anyway, so... But yes, I think it's over for De La Rosa and Smokeman. Smokeman will be second, apart if he takes any penalty. And
we'll see what's gonna happen. Tonics, wow, Tonics is amazing again. 18.3, 18.7 for De La Rosa. 17.9 for Smokeman. Again, 1/8 of a second on De La Rosa. Now 5.8 between De La Rosa and Smokeman. And of course now, that means that Smokeman is already up into second place. And he could gain 18 points for his team. While after the overtake of Salvatore Aloy on Justin Lawler, it looks like Formula Nation driver is not gaining that much on Justin Lawler, that it's still there, he's still in the DRS zone of Aloy. So maybe we'll see if Justin Lawler will try to attack Salvatore Aloy again later. Lap now number 28 out of 35.
Well, maybe, yeah. We'll see after, but yes, he's really close on the sector 2.
Yeah.
And with the DRS, of course, he's again closer. And or maybe Salvatore Aloy is on a down lap because he has lost some times in this lap. Because Just Lawler is really closer than before.
We'll see what's gonna happen. Maybe he's gonna have an opportunity at the end of this lap, while Smokeman now is back on the 18 with 118.1. Gained just a couple of 10 of a second on De La Rosa, but now I'm pretty sure that Smokeman is not pushing that much because he knows that he's not gonna have the opportunity to overtake Tonics. But you know now he's already in second place, so maybe this result is good enough for him. Oh, there's a yellow flag, but maybe it's Hamilton.
Hamilton, yes.
Yeah, he let Smokeman get through. He was under blue flag. While in the last lap, for the first time after a long period, De La Rosa has been faster than Tonix of 1/10 of a second, 18.5 for Tonix, 18.4 for De La Rosa. But there are, of course, not only the 2.5 seconds, but also the 6 seconds of time penalty of De La Rosa. Tonix 18.7, 18.4 for De La Rosa, who is really trying to give everything, but again, Smokeman gained 4/10 of a second.
Yes.
Magix is lapping on the R18, same as Lewis, 18.9 for Magic, 18.8 for Lewis. Dummies. What? I didn't understand.
19.333
Yeah.
for Domi. And Salvatore Alloy seems to have gained more time ahead of Just Lawler this time.
Yes, Just Lawler is still there, just under the second on Salvatore Alloy, but at the moment still didn't manage to get through.
Watch out, because Sinestra lost some time and he's now just ahead of Real Fedele and Matu, and he was a couple of seconds ahead before. Maybe he's struggling at the moment with his tires. Oh, and 3-second penalty.
Oh, that's gonna be a problem for Matouf. He was fighting with this group for P9, 10, and 11. 18.2 for Tonix, sets his new personal best. Even Smokeman with the soft tires sets an 18.2.
And watch out for Mato, because it could be a problem, because the city is just 5 seconds behind. So in reality it's 2 seconds, but still, Sutil could catch him before the end of the race.
We'll see what's gonna happen, because Sutil actually have 10 laps on the soft tires. Looks like Matouf was very close at the exit of last corner. But now also Fedele have the opportunity to use the DRS, as he have Sinestra right ahead under the second. Ooh,
Oh,
Domi, 3-second time penalty. I don't think it's going to be a problem now. You have almost 8 seconds on Alloy, so that means that you have a 4.8 second now on the Formula Nation driver, who still have to watch his back, because Just Lawler is right there on his rear mirrors. 18.2 again. Tonix improves after a couple of laps where he maybe decided to take his time, just breathe a little bit. He sets 2 consecutive 118.2. Really impressive by Tonix. 18.4 for TF1 De La Rosa.
Oh,
And Toxic 3-second time penalty. That's surely not going to cost him his spot at the moment, because Hamilton is almost 18 seconds behind Andong. While Smokeman now, as I was saying before, pretty sure he decided to give up on the opportunity to catch De La Rosa, because he already knows he's going to be ahead at the end. There's no reason to take any kind of risk in those last few laps. Well, Just Lawler now is a little bit closer.
Oh. I was just watching the race director, but Smokeman got a 3-second penalty.
Just checking, because I've received the communication that Hamilton got a 3-second time penalty, but I didn't receive the communication
No,
of.
way before, at the lap. Let me check. Sorry.
Ah,
And
yes,
after
yes.
17,
Smokeman had 3 second time penalty. So that means that now Smokeman is not ahead of De La Rosa. He still have to gain 2.1 on the TF1 driver. And he also have to be careful. He have to be careful because he already had 2 more warnings for the game. So that means that at the next one, he will receive a 6 second time penalty. And that will be done for him.
We have to remember about the penalty of TF1 team for the license
Oh,
points.
yes, yes. There's one thing we were not considering is that all the TF1 drivers will pay, if my mind is not wrong, will pay a 5 second time penalty.
Exactly.
So that means that De La Rosa have an 8 second time penalty. Sorry, 11 seconds.
11.
Sorry.
And the same as still will have 5 seconds, and Hamilton
Yeah.
between the
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Smokeman
huge.
18.3 is just under the 5 second. Just Lawler, 3 second time penalty, and I'm pretty sure that gonna cost him a lot. Maybe not the position on Sinestra, but surely the opportunity to gain his position on Salvatore Aloi.
Yes, and Lewis has closed on Magic, but he's got a 3 second penalty just recently, so I do not believe it will change something.
We'll see what's gonna happen. Tonix, De La Rosa, 3 seconds behind them. Just 1.5 laps before the checkered flag here on first race of the 2019 Formula Europe Championship Finals. Still 5 seconds between De La Rosa and Smokeman. So remembering what we were talking about before, all TF1 drivers, so it means that De La Rosa, Sutil and Hamilton also have 5 more second time penalty on their back for this race because of a lack on license points. They received several license point penalties, so now they're gonna pay with 5 seconds for each driver's on track tonight. Tonix, 3 seconds on De La Rosa, and he have just begun the last lap of the race, lap number 35.
Oh, Matuf nearly lost it. At the end of turn 12, and there is still an interesting group between Sinestra, Real Fedele, and Matuf.
Lewis 44 is right in the back of Magic, just less than 4/10 of a second between Magic and Lewis, but I don't know if Magic have some kind of problem. What a risk by Lewis, almost losing the car at the exit of turn 6. Tonix in the last sector. He's about to claim the victory.
Oh, Matuf!
Oh.
He has made a mistake. He lost
He lost part of the wing. He lost part of the wing. Tonix out of the last corner. The checkered flag. F1MD Tonix wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. De La Rosa is in second place. Smokeman is in third. But he's going to go up into second after the race with a 5 second penalty that De La Rosa have. Magic closing in the fourth place with Lewis 44 right behind. And now we are just waiting for F1MD Dummy closing in P6. And Just Lawler made a mistake. Just Lawler has made a mistake. And he is just a few tenths of a second ahead of Sinestra and Fedele. And that's going to be a disaster for him. Because now he crossed the finish line. And he's going to lose 2 places, down from P8 to P10. Matuf in 11th, Sutil in 12th. Then we're going to have Tommy Antonczyk. And the only one lap drivers we had tonight was the F1 Hamilton. He was really in trouble. Maybe he tried to help his team as much as he can, but unfortunately, maybe he was not trained enough for tonight's race.
Well, he still got one if I remember correctly, but no, I'm not sure. Anyway, and Sutil let Matuf go ahead on the finish line. I don't know why, but still.
Well, how about this race, Benjamin? While now we are waiting for the first three drivers to join us on the podium.
It was an interesting race. Not was surprisingly in Hungary it was action packed, which was quite fun to see, and yes, a really fun race. Impressive pace by Tonix, but also from De La Rosa and Smokeman.
Yeah.
And, yes, nice race tonight. Really nice race.
And we'll see what's gonna happen. Of course, I was saying before, we were just waiting for the first three drivers to join us here on podium. Taking a look at the standing, Formula Motorsport drivers leading with 46 points, 11 points more of F1 Italian team, Formula Italian team, who is in second with 35 points, 25 for TF1, 24 for Formula Nation, and 10 points for F1 Simu. One more thing I would like to remember before the first three drivers join us here in the post-race interviews. You can go on our Twitter account, on our official Formula Europe Twitter account, and vote your driver of the day. You're gonna have the opportunity to vote your driver of the day on our Twitter account. You have all night long, so you can even go right now, and you will find the poll to vote your driver. So we are waiting for your vote right there. So it looks like we are ready being joined by Smokeman, who finished the race in third place. So while we're waiting for De La Rosa and Tonix to join us, just gonna ask something to Smokeman. Smokeman, it was a good race in the end for you. You decided to go with a different strategy, starting with the medium tires and then using the soft tires in the second half of the race. Maybe the fact that just Lawler create some traffic ahead of you, impeding Lewis and Domi to overtake him, and then making their pace in the first half of the race, helped you to stay with the group in the first 8 or 10 laps.
Yeah, I had bad qualifying because on the wet I'm really bad, but during the race I decided to use the medium tire because I had really good pace on the practice, and it was the good strategy in that moment. Yeah, I lost a lot of time during the first 10 laps, but after the contact between just Lawler and Domi, I passed them, and dice continuare il passo. I kept my pace.
You were able, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can continue if you have something else to say.
Yeah, I had a good pace with medium, but not at all with soft. But I think that is a good result for the team because we bring a lot of points and nothing.
Okay, we've also been joined by the winner of the race, F1MD Tonix. Good evening, Tonix.
Good evening.
Okay, so it was a very good race for you, good qualifying, then you had a good start, but pretty sure that the crucial part of the race was when De La Rosa trying to overcut your strategy, and you managed to get through at turn 2.
Yes, in the first stint, I was waiting for his pit stop, but then I decided to go in first. and I knew I would have had really cold tires. But then at his pit stop, he had really colder tires than me. So I made a move. I made a move in turn two. Sorry, and I managed to pull a gap lap by lap, and until the race, I kept a really good pace, and yeah, I'm really happy for my team because we did some really good points, and I'm also happy for my race.
Okay, one more thing I would like to ask you is that you had a very good place with both tires, even the soft compound and the medium compound, but it looks like De La Rosa was maybe, I don't know what is your opinion, unfortunately, he's not there now. It looks like De La Rosa was struggling a little bit more with the medium tires in the second half of the race.
Yeah, in the first stint, he had a really good pace. But in this game, you can easily stay behind a car with the DRS. But he managed to stay as close as possible in sector 2 and sector 3, so it was really fast. And in the second stint, I think I won the race in the very first 2 or 3 laps when I pushed really hard to open a gap of 1 second. So I think that after that moment, De La Rosa struggled a bit, but without DRS and slipstream, it's really hard to stay with the guys in this track because it's a really tough one.
Okay. Let's go to Smokeman. One more thing I would like to ask you is, were you managing your pace in the last 6 or 5 laps of the race, or there was nothing more on the soft tires in the last few laps of the race?
Both of them, because I knew that De La Rosa had the penalty, the 5 second penalty and the 6 second. So I decided to manage the gap, and also the tires are destroyed completely.
Okay, talking about the next race, it's gonna be 100% race, and it's gonna be at Silverstone. So first Onyx and then Smokeman. How do you feel about the next race, the next stop this Friday?
I like it because it's a historical race, and I hope that I'll do my best.
Onyx?
Yeah, say for me, it's a really enjoyable track, but I don't know if I will race. Anyways,
Yeah.
I wish the best for my team.
Okay, so think it's really all for tonight. So let's start with the greetings in the end. First of all, thanks to our broadcast director, Alessandro Pietracatella, tonight. Thank you, Alessandro, for your support tonight.
Thank you.
Also, talking about supporting the broadcast tonight, another huge thanks goes to Lorenzo Tamorri.
Thank you, Luca, and see you on next race.
And one more we have to thank, as usually in this case, I would say last but not least, my guest tonight on commentary, Benjamin Cole. Thank you so much, Benjamin.
It was my pleasure, as always.
Of course, I would like to thank both Smokeman and Tonix for being with us in the post-race interviews. Thank you so much, guys, and congratulations for your results.
Thank you, Luca.
Thank you too.
Okay, so Next step, race to Silverstone is this Friday, race 2 of the 2019 Formula Europe Championship. Can't wait to see what's going to happen. There is going to be 100% distance race. It's going to be a completely different world, pretty sure, compared to the kind of race we saw tonight. We'll see what's going to happen. It's really all for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us for this broadcast live for the 2019 Formula Europe Championship. See you this Friday in Silverstone for race 2. Thank you so much. Good night and God bless you.